in any disease, if we are not targeting the liver, it's going to be impossible to fix it. You need to address the root cause of a problem in order to fix a problem. If you listen to the word liver, it means to live. If you remove the R from the liver, it means to live. And what Immune Fortress does, it targets the liver. Inside the liver, what the liver does, it produced an antioxidant that is called glutathione. And if you really do research on glutathione, it is linked if you have very low levels of glutathione, it's linked to over 50 diseases. And what Immune Fortress does is it targets the liver, it detoxifies the liver so that the liver can produce more glutathione. By producing more glutathione, what glutathione is an antioxidant. So what it does, it goes up inside the brain, it cleans up the brain so that the body can use up the neurotransmitters and produce more neurotransmitters. It helps remove free radicals from out of the body. And in the case of diabetes, what it does is it pretty much cleans up a lot of the free radicals, so it helps the receptors that distribute the insulin to the body, it removes those blockages. So the more glutathione that you have inside the body, then now you have less free radicals that is destroying the receptors, that is distributing the insulin. So now the receptors now are clear, and now the insulin can get to the cells so that they can produce so that they can perform their biochemical function.
Well, that is a tremendous, I think it's a blessing to have something that we can go and use. And it doesn't hinder you from using your vitamins. It doesn't hinder you from, in other words, you don't have to change anything.
Right.
Okay. Now,
right.
Dr. Scott.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I graduated from Sherman College. I studied extensively in Tokyo, Japan. And I'm currently, my focus is the brain and the twofold nervous system, simply because it governs, harmonizes, organizes, and maintains every function of the body. And, you know, I think it's important at this point to point out the fact that when we discuss some of the things that we're going to be discussing today, we can't help but to be somewhat technical, but I assure the audience, if they just stick with us, that it will all come to a head in the end.
Right. Well, we're suffering in the Bronx, tragically suffering from diabetes, and it's almost run rampant, and it leads New York as far as the diabetic sickness is concerned. And so I'm really appreciative to have both of you here to talk about diabetes and what you don't know about it and how to deal with it. I want to deal with one question. How does our diet affect diabetes?
Well, when I'm dealing with patients, you know, I always tell them that, you know, this is not going to be a passive relationship from the standpoint that we ask them to do certain things in order to help us help them. And we emphasize the 3 T's, Dr. Nuwani and I, and that is the thoughts, the traumas, and the toxins. Now, you know, we focus primarily with respects to the toxins with Immune Fortress products.
Right.
As I said before, I studied in Japan, and from the Eastern standpoint, the philosophy is that, you know, all death in the form is the result of blockages. And, you know, there are pathological blockages that occur in the body. And that's my province from the standpoint that, from a neurological standpoint, I seek to assist the body in the removal of those blockages. And that's, you know, one of the main reasons as to why we stand behind this product, because it's very effective in doing that. And I might add that it has no adverse side effects.
Right.
Now, yes, I'm sorry, go right ahead.
So I want to add to what Dr. Pranquinet is saying. When it comes to diabetes, if there's blockages in the liver, if there's blockages in the adrenal gland, if there's blockages in the receptors, the insulin cannot be distributed properly. And what's going to happen also, the receptors are going to die, the the beta cells that produce insulin also is going to die. So therefore, it's important that remove the blockages, which are the toxins. And this is what immunefortress does. It removes the toxins, which are the blockages, so that the body can perform its biochemical function.
Certainly.
Yeah, no, I noticed that I got 2 or 3 of my members that are diabetics, and I say, and pastors, you really need to look into this, because as our members in the church get older, diabetes is an issue.
Right.
Okay, and they go from one medication to another, and sometimes I feel sorry for them, because every time they go to the doctor, it's changing the dosage and changing the dosage, and I said, you know, how much can your body take?
Right.
You know, and I said, I know they're making money off them, you know, and so dealing with diabetes is extremely important, especially in the black church as well, you know.
Right.
So I'm hoping that the pastors, if you're watching, the ministers you're watching, the program directors, deacons in the church, and you know, and you can look at your family members and you can see and realize what they're going through. So let's talk about lifestyle changing.